Has anyone ever asked whether or not we focus too much on pharmaceuticals? There is a reason that it is called the medical industrial complex. Maybe we do not need all of these drugs. Is it possible that our dependence on these drugs keeps us sick? We already know that the vaccine for the China virus was marketed as being able to stop the spread, even though there was no testing to confirm this. We also know that it was supposed to keep you from getting the virus, even though the recent NIH insider said that was bunk. Maybe we are giving money to companies that get rich off of our suffering. This might be a good argument if it were not steeped in fallacies. If you want the technical terms, this is ahistorical presentism and negationism. The Indians sold the land to the Pilgrims and other Europeans. The Indians thought that the land was being rented for a season. The Pilgrims considered it a permanent settlement. The problem comes down to property rights. In other words, this cartoon makes no sense because the Indians had no notion of property rights, which again means this whole cartoon is fallacious. True, this keeps out Bush, Clinton, and Obama. Sadly, it will not keep out Brandon, but he has lost his charm with the media, his only allies. However, if you think that Clinton and Obama are not still pulling strings behind the curtain, you are probably someone who still believes in the Russia collusion hoax. Meanwhile, President Trump has a lot of work to do, and only 4 years in which to do it. Twitter was run by getting rid of people that produced nothing, but were, for whatever reason, still getting paid. And is there any evidence of Russian assets? Any at all? While you go look for that non-existent evidence, the rest of us will move on to the next political cartoon. Let me break Ms. Sorensen's drivel down a bit. Maybe because you did not have the support of the union members. Union leadership only cares about itself. Many times, people are forced to join the union by law. Rather, you should not endorse authoritarianism and should not spread disinformation. That alone would help your support grow substantially. You can also stop blaming them for all of your problems. Why would you vote for someone who blames you for something you had nothing to do with? You can likewise stop blaming people for the sins of their fathers, or judging them based on their melanin. Again, why would you vote for someone who blames you for something you had nothing to do with? I am more concerned with being able to buy food than whatever crisis you are going to exaggerate for ratings. After all, your end-of-the-world predictions have failed over and over and over again. Nonsense. Absolute nonsense. The fake news went back to comparing President Trump to Hitler right after his near assassination in Butler. And they have already gone back to the original blame game that failed during the election. Miss Sorensen just loves her drivel. Let me break Mr. Bowling's gibberish down a bit. How many businesses go belly up every day? What happens if things go south? The entrepreneur loses everything, and the laborer goes to work for someone else. Both of their standards of living have improved, things that their ancestors could not have imagined, but all of the wealth is lost if the company goes under. You mean to tell me that Mr. Bowling honestly believes that the owner does nothing all day? He is drinking his own Kool-Aid if he believes that. This is just his day off after all of the other things he does. Both of these two have standards of living that was not even available to kings a millennia ago. If it costs more to make money than it costs to produce, no one will want to start a business. And without jobs, Lucky Ducky would be out on the street, right alongside Hollingsworth Hound. Mr. Bowling just loves his gibberish. All they have to do is keep illegals out. It is not America's job to round up criminals from Mexico and Canada. Just stop the cartels and the illegals. America apparently has to strong-arm other countries to keep them from dumping trash in America. And that is what the drug dealers, human traffickers, and gang members are. These two countries have laws about who gets in. Why can America not have such laws as well?